Looking at a product by Renpho. It is the large heating pad for back relaxation. The size that I have is 24 by 33. They do have the product weighted. A quick spin over here so you can look. So essentially, this is what it will look like. Pain and discomfort is something that is very subjective, so it's not something that like you can just simply measure from person to person. For one person, the heat on this product could be more than enough. For another person, this could be nothing. This could be just warm instead of hot. So as I'm giving you guys my perspective on the product, just keep those things in mind. I kind of wanted to see what this thing will do for my back soreness. And I gotta tell you guys, it didn't really do much. One, because the highest setting that this thing goes up to is 150 degrees, which is really not that high. The other problem is that when you are wearing the product, it doesn't really what's the word, make full and consistent contact with your body. So the best description I can give you is, for ladies out there, when you guys wear yoga pants, the yoga pants are essentially, hugging every single part of your lower body, right? Whenever you're wearing sweats, the sweats are not hugging every part of your lower body, right? It's like some parts are touching your skin, some parts aren't touching your skin. So this is the best way that I can describe this. This thing is more like very close to like sweat. It's not tight. It's not gripping every part of your body. So when it comes to this part, first of all, it's not going to be as hot. So over here, when I touch it, this is really, really hot. When it comes to this part, it's not as hot. And that's obviously could be because, this part is hanging out. So the heat is not being retained. That's possible. But even in their description, they acknowledge that. They say that this thing is primarily, focusing on your shoulders and your neck. But even when it comes to focusing on your shoulders and your neck, I feel like it's still not good enough. I feel like it's still loose in a lot of parts. And the temperature just simply does not go high enough for me. So let me show you guys one way that they tried fixing the issue with this thing not being, hugging your skin properly. So they have these bands over here. See? So what you essentially do is you tie these as tight as you possibly can for your comfort, and then what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to see like essentially make this stick to your skin or stick to your body as much as it can. It does help, but again, not as much. This thing could potentially work if you have, I don't know, some sort of like a lounge chair or something where your back is just fully leaning against it, and then it's pressing this thing against your back. This could potentially work with that, but then again, I think they're saying that you can't actually, like, technically you're not supposed to be leaning against anything while wearing this, even though everyone's gonna do that. But yeah, that's honestly my biggest problem with the product is, one, it does not hug your body the way I wish it would. There's way too many kind of like loose spots where I feel like it's not touching my back. Even my neck, there's a bunch of spots where it's just not touching my neck, like it's not tight enough. And then the other problem that I have is the 150 degrees Fahrenheit. It just simply is not hot enough for it to like really make any quote unquote therapeutic differences. It's not hot enough to help with for example, muscle soreness or fatigue. For the ladies, if you have period cramps and you're trying to purchase this for your lower back cramps or your back cramps, it's not hot enough for helping you with cramps like that. Let me show you guys the controls. The lowest temperature is 110, goes 110, 120, 130, 140, and 150. And then you can click on the time button over here, where it's increments of 30, 60, 90, and that's it. And what it does is essentially, if you put it at 30 minutes, it'll turn off after 30 minutes. But if you're trying to alleviate some sort of cramps or muscle soreness or anything along those lines, this is not going to be the one to use. And then in terms of the weighted part, you know, how heavy it is. You know, when I got this, I actually forgot that I got a weighted blanket, and I made a comment that maybe I should return this and purchase a weighted one. And then when I looked at the description, I'm like, oh, you know, like this thing is actually advertised as weighted. That's how light it was. I didn't even feel like it was weighted. If you do have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, we'll go from there. Take care, guys.
257 257